So following on from the previous tutorial, we're going to have a discussion now about how to create a legend for your title block that is drawing specific, and also how to create the north point and the scale bar so that you can assign it to the relevant drawings. Now what you need to do then is go back into the project map, press F2 to get back to your drawing, and you'll need to create a new independent detail. So you select the detail area of your navigator, right mouse click and go new independent detail. And this one we're going to name legend. Okay, so this legend, actually I'm going to rename it to be section legend. Okay, so you might then go to the text tool, draw a big text box, and then put something like DP for down pipe, R for ridge. Obviously these are letters or symbols that will be in the drawing itself, and this is the legend that will tell the reader of the drawing what that means. Okay, so finished floor level, ridge level, you get the gist. Okay, so once that's created, what you do is I always anchor one logical end of the text to origin, just so it is anchored to origin. Then what I do is I drag from here, drag the section legend into the layout sheet. So if I just go, actually, I'll just go to, I'll just drag it into here. So drag it. Ooh, make sure you actually get it in there. I'll just undo that for a second. Oops. Redo text. Okay, so I've just missed, so it needs to go into here. Okay, and that's just an error, so I'm just going to delete that because I was just a bit too sloppy when I was bringing it in from here and here. So just delete the layout. Okay, so it needs to, so what I did was I dragged it into here. Okay, I'm just going to get two there, but actually I'll delete that one. Just delete it anyway. So now when you open the layout sheet, there's actually the legend there. So if you just right mouse click drawing selection settings and just fit it to the frame, fit frame to drawing, just makes it a bit easier, then you control D and you move it into place. Now this text is way too big for the legend, so the temptation is to then just go control K and then go like this. Okay, so then that's an appropriate size. But what I might suggest is you actually go back to the section legend detail and you change the text here to say 1.5. Okay, and then when you go back into the section here, you'll need to make sure that you don't have it scaled. So the drawing selection settings, it should be at properties at 1 to 100. Okay, so I'm just changing it back to what it was before I scaled it with Control K. And then you have a appropriate size without having to scale it each time. Okay, so you do the same for a north point. So right mouse click, new independent detail. I'm going to call this north point. And for this section drawing, it's actually not relevant, but I'm just using this as an example. You then go and get the north point from the object toolbox, go into find library part and type in north, go find, and then there's a north point just there. Just work through some of the parameters to make sure it's exactly what you need, and then just pop it, show layer, pop it into the new independent detail. Then you can drag it again into here and then double click, and then you've got a little north point there, should that be relevant. Okay, so I'm just selecting this, right mouse click, drawing selection settings, just fit the frame to drawing, and then you've got a little north point there, which for example on a ground floor drawing, it might go here on your plan, slightly smaller. Okay, if you find that there's got a title here and you want to get rid of the title, go back into the drawing selection settings and go into title and go no title. Okay, and that will disappear. All right. So we'll just leave off from there because that's how you do the North Point and the section legend for using independent details. Have a go of doing that with the scale bar. To do that, you'll need to go back into the object toolbox, type in find library part and type in the word scale and hit find. And then you should be able to do that in the same way that we just did the North Point.